it's truly a miracle, and to witness it and to observe it, and these guys are lucky they get to be around it 24/7.
A ringing endorsement from a local business owner cheering on one of the nonprofits that's using your tax dollars to end homelessness. In tonight's City in Crisis Finding Solutions report, Katu's on your side, digging into what they're doing that's working.
The man you just heard from there pitched the story to Katu's Angelica Thornton after seeing some promising results.
So Angelica checked it out and found some real progress.
Disregard last request.
It's nearly 3 in the afternoon, and Gary Williams hasn't stopped all day.
Was the shower nice and hot?
Oh, yeah.
Good, good, good. Yep, we got that on-demand hot water heater.
He's the guy running the show.
What's that?
I didn't have my earbud in.
Yep. Where's Julie on the shower list?
When the Cultivate Initiatives laundry and shower truck rolls in and sets up all over Southeast Portland.
Plus, I laid down an extra towel for you to stand on as well.
Thank you.
Yep.
It's a place where people who are homeless can wash away some of their worries and come out with a little dignity.
You're welcome. Have an awesome day today. We'll see you again next week, okay?
Gary offers people snacks, helps them charge their phones, keeps their laundry moving through the machines. He's really passionate about this because he knows how a simple shower can change a life. Gary is also homeless. He's been living in a tent for 2 years. The morning we visited, his wallet had just been stolen. His entire paycheck was gone, and he was scrambling to get his ID back so he could get back to work.
This is what I do. I get up in the morning, every morning at 6 a.m. and get going.
For the past 5 weeks, Gary's been working full-time for the nonprofit Cultivate Initiatives. It's a lot of lifting and cleaning and coordinating, but Gary will tell you the toughest part is getting here every day when you don't have a home.
Last night, to make sure that I was on time today, I was outside of a building and I utilized the outlet that they had that hadn't been covered up yet, and I sat there for 2.5 hours.
A house doesn't make a home. Don't leave me here alone. It's a great U2 song, which I listened to this morning.
That's Caleb Coder, the executive director and co-founder of Cultivate Initiatives, starting the day at their work hub with a community building meeting. More than half the room has lived experience. They're either homeless, like Gary, or they've been there in the past, and that includes Caleb.
I had a horse roll over me. When I was 11, I got hooked on Oxycontin and dropped out in 8th grade and moved out, and it was work and a community that grounded me and helped me not continue to be in survival mode.
Cultivate began in 2018 in the Mill Park neighborhood with a simple conversation around a bucket fire. Caleb and his neighbors, housed and unhoused, connecting. In 2020, they launched as a nonprofit. A year later, they got their first funding through the Supportive Housing Services tax. Today, they have 75 full-time staff. Their initiatives include housing and sheltering, community health, and workforce development.
If we want to put a dent in this, we need to give opportunities that are not transactional to our neighbors. If we want to shift this narrative of who is in and who is out, we need to stop just dishing out all these transactions and really have some transformational conversations.
It's a lot of towels. It's a lot of work.
Sandra Fairbanks started as an intern a few years ago. She now runs the mobile shower and hygiene program.
I myself was homeless for 10 years, and so I've gone weeks without taking a shower, and just to have clean clothes is it's amazing.
Sandra recruits friends like Jessica Perry to follow in her footsteps.
She dragged me up there, and thank God she did, because it was a life changer. So
Jessica, who'd been homeless for a decade, is now a peer support specialist at the Menlo Park Safe Rest Village, which is operated by Cultivate Initiatives.
my boyfriend and I both work for Cultivate. We have our own apartment that we've been in for 2 years, paying our own rent. Both got our license back, both got vehicles, and just it's amazing. I love my job. I love it. Wake up every morning excited to come to work. So
Cultivate isn't going to solve homelessness, but they're clearly doing something right. So what's their secret? It's in Matt McCarl's title. He's the Director of Development and Relationships.
Portlanders are compassionate people.
And so when we get the opportunity to bridge that compassion that's in the head with a real story and a real person, that's when I think we really see a lot of change.
Like Gary.
Yeah, yep, like Gary, who's on our team, he's very much in the process of making his way more and more towards stability. And the power of just somebody out in the neighborhood saying, giving them a honk when the shower truck's going by or when the garbage removal crew's out there goes a really long way.
Greg Dufault is one of those supporters.
It was far beyond putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole.
He doesn't really fit the profile, a recent retiree who owns a wealth management firm. He doesn't work here, doesn't donate, but he did struggle with addiction and homelessness decades ago. And as someone who loves the city of Portland, he does have a dog in this fight.
I was astonished by the look on the people's faces. People that you and I wouldn't look at on the street at all and understand why. We put blinders on. We don't want to see them. They don't want to see us. But they had dignity. And they came from a hopeless situation. And they had meaning in their life. And they looked me straight in the eye. It was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen. And I was struck by it.
Greg and Caleb are now good friends, and they're both buddies with Gary. That connection is Cultivate's foundation.
There are some people that are probably out here by choice, but I'm not one of those people.
Gary says he's been on lists for housing for about 2 years. He doesn't know what his future holds, but he's counting on the stability of his job at Cultivate Initiatives to keep him on the right path.
I've got some things in the works, and we'll see what happens. I'm gonna keep trying. So I haven't given up, that's for sure.
In Portland, Angelica Thornton, K2 News.